ladies and gentlemen, we are out here at the Midwest Gaming Classic 2022. This is my second time ever being out here, courtesy of the Guys Game and Beer, once again hooking us up. Thank you to Dan Lewison for helping us out, all of our sponsors, all of our partners, everybody who gave us the opportunity to be here. I feel absolutely excited, just absolutely excited to be here as JTV Entertainment underneath my own household name that I've created over these last 2 years. I'm excited to be back here, excited to be back in the works, talking to all these different people. We're going to be going around, interviewing people, having some fun, and really getting into the action while we're out here. Today, Saturday, it's going to be a fun day. So I hope everybody enjoys, and we'll see you soon. All right, so I have the privilege of being here with Matt Isbill.
We are on the road to Monster Jam World Finals 21 in Orlando, Florida. The Triple Threat East Tour is coming to an end.
Known for
Monster Jam.
He is that man. So you guys have ever seen the Monster Truck Rally? That's this guy. Yesterday, he even gave me his favorite phrase. Tell him right now, what's your favorite phrase?
Oh my!
Oh my! Oh my! He says it works for anything. Today, while I was shoutcasting, I almost threw it out there. I'm going to be honest with you. It was so hard not to. I just kept thinking about it. But, I mean, when you have those big things happening, it's hard not to just be like, oh my! You know, it's just all about there. So, how many times or how many years so far have you been coming out to Midwest Gaming Classic? You've been here for a while now.
This is my 5th year coming to the Midwest Gaming Classic, and the first year was just like you guys. You know, you're doing what you're doing right now, and now I help manage and run the thing. So
definitely. I mean, we've been working together through the Midwest Gaming Classics, their stream, their Discord, all that kind of stuff, trying to help cultivate ideas and kind of grow there. So I'm just really excited. You know, do you have any big plans or ideas coming towards the future that you're looking forward to?
There's a lot of things we want to try, especially it's like growing the main stage. I mean, do you see how many people are here today? It's incredible that we just want this to grow. We want this to be the biggest video game all-around gaming convention in the nation. We're that now because we're all-around gaming, but we want it to be the biggest, most attended any type of gaming convention, and it's going to happen in the next few years. Just got to keep expanding, right? Expanded teams like you guys and everybody else.
Definitely, and I just want to say, you know, for me, this is only my second year ever being out here, but I've been a part of this for years now, and even on the back end, even though I wasn't out here, we were still making things happen. So is there anything in particular you want to like tell people to come out here, come check out in the future that you know might be here in future years or even here today?
You got to come out to the Friday night preview night, in my opinion. You know, we only sell so many tickets to that, but we had a couple left over this year. You get that access before anybody else does. Like yesterday, you know, we all had access yesterday before anybody else did, and you got the same experience, but just with less people, you know, so you get to play the games first before anybody else does, you know, and like right now I went to go play Sonic Spinball in a game center. There's a line. I'm like, I'm not playing this today, you know, it's just, and that's okay. But Friday night, if you get that ticket, that's how you can come experience it. Definitely. You know, that's what I want to tell the people. And like, when you come here to meet friends, like, and that's the thing, you know, we're all one big family. You come here with 2 people, you know, over the weekend, you'll meet 10, 20, 30 people and have so many friends. Like, come here, make friends, and have a good time.
Definitely, definitely. So let's give him a quick send-off real quick. I told you I'd ask you for it, so let's give him a quick send-off for the Monster Jam Rally.
Do you want me to do you want me to give you my actual Monster Jam line like I always do? Is that what you're looking for?
Whatever you feel is key.
All right, I'll do it. Instead of the Monster Jam, I'll say the Midwest Gaming Classic. So we'll do it like this. Milwaukee, this is the Midwest Gaming Classic.
You heard it here, guys, and you're going to see some more. Thank you for tuning in. All right, we're out here at the Midwest Gaming Classic. Tell me your name and tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Randy Martinez. I'm an illustrator. I do artwork for a lot of different companies, but specifically here for Stern Pinball.
Beautiful, beautiful artwork. Doing it for Lucasfilms, if I hear correctly. Is that correct?
That's correct. So last year we released the Mandalorian pinball machine, which is still just doing great. Before that, I illustrated the Star Wars comics pinball machine for Stern. And before that, I've been doing artwork for Lucasfilm since 1999.
So is most of your artwork mainly based around like pinball and stuff like that?
Actually, I'm kind of the new kid on the block as far as pinball goes. There's a lot of great artists and people who've been doing this. I love it. So I do have something coming up this year. I can't tell you what it is, but I'm really happy to be in this industry. It's a lot of fun. I love the team aspect of creating a pinball machine, and just to have my artwork be part of that is Wow, it's just great. I can't even put it into words.
I can only imagine. I mean, I'm out here with my team today. I've been building on my brand for about 2 years now. We're just trying to get our name out there. I work in esports and I do a lot of different stuff. But if anybody wants to check out like your different artwork and check out your different stuff, where can they find you?
Absolutely, you can go to www.randymartinez.art. Really easy to remember. I'm an artist, so randymartinez.art.
Hey, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you giving us the time. You know,
so
hopefully people will come on up here, check out your beautiful artwork, and buy some stuff. Definitely beautiful, beautiful pieces of art. So thank you very much.
Yeah, come on out. There's lots of art to look at.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, so once again, another privilege of mine to be able to hang out with none other than the original artwork creator for none other than
Mortal Kombat.
dun, 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 dun. I'm telling you, we are here and we are having one heck of a time. Yeah, I'm telling you, we'll get it down in time. I'm sorry we didn't coordinate this beforehand, guys. But as you can see, there's all this beautiful artwork. A robot named Fight. You got Raiden, Scorpion, and he's working on plenty other pieces on the back end as well. We had the privilege yesterday to actually meet one of your distributors of the games and such, and I actually am looking at maybe picking up a copy myself and getting one signed just so I have a little bit of, you know, the Paul E. Niemeyer in my copy in my collection. So definitely appreciate everything. So tell me a little bit about some of the things that you're working on.
Well, see, I got a whole bunch of Nintendo Switch games going. This one just came out. Or actually, it hasn't even been released yet. It's just about to come out. Cathedral. And I got a new one in the works that I just found out about. I'm booked to do about 20 shows between now and Christmas. Yeah, it's just like exploded. Everything's happening. I'm doing a bunch of sculpts. I don't know if fans know, but I'm a sculptor, and I build a lot of huge props for all sorts of theme parks and venues and you know, that kind of thing. So I'm making a big 12-foot tall volcano that really works.
Hey, that's pretty amazing. If there's anything, like if you want the guys and gals to check you out, where can they find your artwork or these different projects that you've worked on?
Probably on my Facebook page mostly, Instagram. That's I really don't have a website right now. Just mostly a couple of Facebook pages.
All right. Well, if you guys need to, you can always reach out to me. I got the direct link here. So we appreciate you, Paul. Thank you for coming on out. I know in December you helped contribute towards the JTV Entertainment Esports Relief Fund, and it definitely came off as a hit. So I just want to thank you personally. I know JTV Entertainment wants to thank you for everything as well, and we look forward to definitely working together more in the future. So thank you very much.
It was my pleasure. It really was.
No
Thank
problem.
you so very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're going up, 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 up. We're doing it, people, here at the Midwest Gaming Classic. This is none other than Tom Dunk, the man, the myth, the legend.
Thank you.
That has made me a part of Guys, Game, and Beer. And I just want to thank you, Tom, for having me out here today. What drives you every year to keep doing this?
I'm pretty sure it's insanity. So, for those of you who don't know what Joe's been doing all weekend, he has been at the Midwest Gaming Classic here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, been to PAX, been to all the Florida ones. This is the gaming convention to come to. Best machines, best things going on, amazing people like the guys from JTV who have been covering this thing all weekend long and rocking the crap out of it. So we've been doing this for 10 years now. This is our 10th year as a podcast and 10th year now here at the Midwest Gaming Classic. We literally started out with a 500 square foot hotel room that they took the bed out of and said, hey, set your stuff up in this room. And now we are a whole ballroom to ourselves. We bring out a collection of all sorts of cool vintage gaming. We are all about the community, and that's the other thing about Midwest Gaming Classic. It really is all about the community. I mean, you've seen how that works.
No, definitely. I mean, like I said, since the day that I've known you, you guys have brought me in as a family. You guys have shown me the ropes. You guys have presented different people to me. I mean, even just the other day, I'm sitting there talking about, you know, the relations I'm building, and immediately you're like, I'm a puzzle man. I'm going to put the pieces together. And immediately you're like, this and this needs to happen, that and that needs to happen. Hey, Joe, have you met this person? Hey, we got to do this. And for me, I mean, that just really means a lot. And I want the people to really kind of just see it, all the excitement, all the joy. I mean, last night we had over 50 people might I add, playing one board game. You can't even get a family of 4 to sit down at the kitchen table and play a game. How does that feel to know that you can cultivate that type of community?
Well, that's what this is about. That's what the Guys, Games, and Beer crew rocks at this stuff, all right? I mean, get a chance, talk to any of the Guys, Games, and Beer crew if you're here. They will hook you up. They know games that work with people, whether it's video gaming or board gaming or card gaming. We cover the whole spectrum. And so Travis knows Werewolf and knows how to get people really going on Werewolf. So, and it's something we like to cultivate, that whole sense of community. We like to greet people when they come in the door, make them feel like, hey, you're part of something when you come to this show.
So what would you say is probably your most proud piece of your collection?
All right, so for those of you who didn't get here to be this weekend, we have a Atari 2600, the Sears Telegame store display. It was there's maybe 10 left in the United States. Most of them are here in the Midwest because the company that made them was here, located in Wisconsin. So there's a few of them scattered around here. I traced them down. I figured there's about 10 left, and that is an absolutely amazing kind of museum piece. Surprisingly enough, there's 2 of them here at the show. A guy called Goodwill Hunter kind of turned me on to it. I saw his, and it's like, oh, I got to find one of those. And yeah, I found one too. So me and him have been chatting back and forth. But yeah, so it's a cool, rare piece.
So if you want anybody to locate you, find you, see the things that you guys are working on outside of all of these conventions, where can they find you?
Okay, every Tuesday night we do a live show. We review a beer. We talk about what gaming we're doing. We maybe do a live play. Check us out at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us on all your podcasty places.
And if you guys didn't know, I have been on episodes in the past, but me and Tom have been going back and forth, and I guarantee you'll be seeing a lot more of me and a lot more of him as we go forward. So thank you, everybody, for coming out to Midwest Gaming Classic, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the future.
Later, all.
All right, so we are out here, and I am completely just baffled by the fact that I get to hang out right now with none other than the creator of a childhood game that I love to play, Rampage. Hello, Mr. Brian. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I have recently retired, and I'm busier than ever, still making games. Yeah, life is good. Life is good.
So I guess one of the main things I'd love to ask, how did it feel seeing your baby end up on the big screen?
George, you okay? Ready to do this, buddy?
Amazing. It was like 30 years after we did the game. I was always wondering why nobody did toys. It was the highest earning video game of its day. And no one at my company wanted to make it except the team that came up with it. But we got it made, we got it out there, it made more money, and then nothing, no toys, no figures. And then all of a sudden, well, The Rock steps in.
Uh-huh. Okay. Very funny. You and I laughing at your joke. New guy, he no laugh. He cry.
And it's like, I'm on top of the world again, Ma. It's like, toys came out, all kinds of, you can probably tell my dimples are on top of my
like a kid at the candy store. I love to see it. You can see that excitement.
Wonderful. It was wonderful.
So 30 years of just kind of waiting and wondering and hoping, and then all of a sudden, boom, The Rock. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, one of the biggest Hollywood stars to date, came together and made it happen. That's amazing.
He was, I got invited to be an extra, and then I got invited to do a cameo. And then one of the producers called up and said, hey, you want to come down and during the last week of shooting and meet everybody? They were fantastic. I'm geeking out majorly. I mean, walking around like a 10-year-old with an idiot grin on my face the whole time. Taking pictures at the end. They're filming the last scene, The Rock and Naomi. We're filming one of the last scenes of the movie, and I'm taking a picture with the producers as I'm getting ready to leave for the day. Stop, I gotta be part of this. He was so freaking cool. He was the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet. I mean, she gave me a hug that nearly broke my back. Talk about this idiot grin was on my face for 2 to 3 more years, and just talking about it brings it all back. It was okay. Yeah,
It was all right, guys. So you heard it here, guys, at the Midwest Gaming Classic. It was all right. Me and The Rock. It was okay seeing his movie on the big screen. But in all honesty, you can see it on the expression on his face that it was above and beyond one of the greatest things that could ever happen to somebody. And honestly, you never know. In the future, maybe you'll be a part of some other cool things too. So thank you very much, Brian. We definitely appreciate it.
Well, thank you for this chance to express myself.
Definitely.
Even though you had to drag it out of me.
I know.
You've got skills, man. You've got skills.
I'm sorry. I had to arm wrestle you a little bit. But is there anywhere that people can look to find your work in particular?
I always forget this stuff. I've got a memorabilia store, square store, Game Refuge. My company is Game Refuge. You can find me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Yeah, look up my name, Brian F. Colin.
All right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
All right, we are out here to check out Killers the Card Game. And I am here with...
I am Jeff Ignatowski. I'm one of the creators of Killers the Card Game. So we actually came up here because a good friend of mine is downstairs. He's one of the artists here. Archie Cunningham is here. Amazing, amazing guy. Check out his stuff. He told us that we had to come and check out the Midwest Gaming Classic. He's been coming for like 4 years. So that brought us here. And of course, we do all kinds of wild shit.
So,
Belief number 1.
Killers the Card Game. What made you delve into the world of a killer's mind?
Okay, so my dad met Manson in the early 60s. So I grew up with all kinds of stories, and in my house, it was always Cousin Charlie when I was growing up. So when he met him in the early 60s and told us all these stories about how, you know, he met the girls, they wanted him to go to a party, they had to ask Jesus. Well, they took him up to Manson. Manson took one look at my dad at 6'2" and 220 and said, he's not going to the party. So my dad and his buddy decided he was going to rob Manson of their drugs, and they ended up not being able to find the party, so they never did get to rob him of his drugs. But if they would have, maybe the tape murders wouldn't have happened.
Hey, you never know. That is a crazy story. I'll tell you this. My buddy, who's actually behind the camera right now, actually told me that his mom, what was the killer's name?
That's when the cannibalism started.
Dahmer. All right, so Dahmer actually taught his mother how to draw blood.
That's so crazy.
And when she tells the story, people don't believe her. So it's this like urban legend kind of story where you're like, hey, yeah, so how'd you get to draw blood so good? Oh, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer taught me. So yeah, those like passerby stories that you have that you kind of tell, I can tell why maybe you wanted to delve a little bit more into. You had a little bit of insight growing up. So you got any cool stories or anything cool coming up, games or other things that you got in the works?
So currently we got a Kickstarter going. It will be ended by the time you guys see this. So it should be available up on our website called Speed Kills. That is our party version of the original game called Killers the Card Game. Killers the Card Game is an RPG style game, kind of a cross between D&D and Magic the Gathering. Speed Kills is the party version of the game, kind of like a cross between Disney Villainous and Exploding Kittens. So 1 to 4 players, less than 30 minutes.
All right, well, hey, it sounds like you have quite the game in the works, and we might have to get a copy ourselves and try it out. So if you guys didn't hear it, where can they check you out one more time?
So check us out at Killers TCG. Actually, let me give you this one. Go to Linktree/Killers TCG. You can find everything there.
All right, thank you very much. Tune in and check out more of the Killers the Card Game in the future. All right, so I'm hanging out with one of my favorite people that I've gotten to meet over the last few years. He is a record chaser, none other than...
My name is Scott Ashcraft.
And we're here with his lovely wife.
Hi, I'm Heather.
All right, and we are here today because, you know, this man a few years ago came down to where I used to work, Not Your Parents' Basement Gaming Lounge. He set up in the corner, and he actually set a world record. And how long did you hold on to that record for?
I'd probably say about 2 years or so.
So are you currently in the process of chasing any other records?
Actually, yes, I am. I'm working on Super Glove Ball and Dash Galaxy right
And how close do you think you are at maybe topping them?
Well, Super Glove Ball, I'm pretty far away on because I still got to do a lot of practice on it because as much as you want to do it with, you want to have to do it with the glove, it's hard. So I may have to just do it with a controller because my glove works like shit. So Dash Galaxy, I can get it down to about 8 minutes. The record's like 6:43.
Okay. So guys, he's not too far behind it. But I know you said today you were kind of, or over the weekend, you've kind of been going out and you've been not only just chasing records, but you've been chasing a few items as well.
I've been chasing games here too. I'm trying to go for a complete NES set, and I'm trying to go for a complete Game Gear set.
So I think from what I saw last, you were nearing your NES completion. You had your suitcases and all that packed up. What's the number? What's the number that you're currently at?
Before the convention, I was sitting at 565 out of 678, and by the end of today, I'll probably be at about 585 or so, maybe 590 if I'm lucky.
So I mean, yeah, I know like with a lot of these collections, like an N64 collection, there's like 200 or some odd games in that one. So it's a little bit. It's probably the smallest collection I think in gaming, and most main, mainstream consoles that people are aware of. Because there's also those odd end ones where there's maybe like 5 runoffs or something like that. But yeah, definitely. So why don't we show them some of the cool things that you found here at the Midwest Gaming Classic?
I brought a few with me. I was able to get. The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy on the Game Gear. It's one of the 5 Codemaster games, and I just never see them in my area. I got this bundled with a couple other things for a pretty decent price. I got Brian Collins to sign my Rampage cartridge on the Sega Master System. Gave him a whole story about how it's one of the few games that me and my dad used to be able to play because he could do that and Operation Wolf. That'd be about it. But yeah, I thanked him for that, and that was kind of a touching moment. And then I finally threw down and got Bomberman 2. He wanted 180 for it. I got 160 for it, and price starting says it goes for 207. So I got a pretty good deal on it.
And I know we were talking about that earlier. Like Bomberman is one of my favorite growing up games, but I didn't play like the NES version. I only played like Bomberman Quest, which I guarantee is like a lot different. It was like an adventure style game where you're like equipping different things and you're building it out and all that. Is there anything in the future that you'd like to talk to people about Midwest Gaming Class or anything you plan to do in the future?
Well, Guys, Games, and Beer always has the biggest setup, some of the biggest private collections of anything that I've seen, including Steel Battalion. Not just to say Steel Battalion. It's always fun to meet the YouTube personalities, meet the celebrities, the after parties, the after parties, as of last night, and just having fun with friends and playing games, drinking some beers.
For sure. And Heather, just from you real quick, from coming out to MGC year after year after year, what are the things that you kind of look forward to or the things that you really enjoy while you're out here?
For me, it's in part the hunt. I'm learning so much as we come back year after year, getting to meet a lot of the chasers, a lot of the game collectors, talking to them, and really just seeing that the passion that Scott and a lot of these guys have for this whole genre, this whole industry. And my first console was a 2600 first gen. One of our proudest, two of our proudest, we have a bunch of cabinets downstairs in our basement. We have a barcade, and coming home with an original NARC machine last year, that was mine. That was one of the highlights, and finding a the blue-sided Donkey Kong. So we're talking first gen right over from Japan, but being able to have all of this and enjoy it and really kind of revel in that's been so much fun.
All right, so guys, you've seen it, you've heard it, we've got a little bit of feedback from him. Look forward to seeing Scott breaking some of these records hopefully in the near future. And we thank you guys for being out here at the Midwest Gaming Classic, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the future. All right, so we are hanging out on the last day of the Midwest Gaming Classic, and I'm with probably one of my favorite people that I get to sit down and meet. Honestly, I wasn't even 100% sure if he was going to be here. Then I literally saw him walk in the room, and I was like, hey, I know that guy. And how do I know that guy exactly?
From downtown, boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka!
This is the legend, NBA Jam, NFL Blitz, MLB Slugfest, all those games that we loved growing up where we got to beat each other up on the fields and just have a whole load of fun. The man is literally right here, the man, the myth, the legend, and we appreciate you being here. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been doing this since 1988. Got into the business working at Williams, the pinball company, doing Gilligan's Island, Mr. Howell, Twilight Zone. You guys remember the great Twilight Zone pinball game? So I was doing pinball titles with them, and in '92 I got the word that they're working on NBA Jam across the street at Midway Games. They said, Tim, how would you like to come on board? No audition, nothing. I just got handed the golden Willy Wonka ticket, and the rest is history.
So since then, you've been on multiple different projects. Like I said, you've been on NBA Jam, you've been on Blitz, you've been on,
Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey, College Slam, NBA Hoops, NBA Showtime. What else? We got Mutant Football League.
This man is literally everywhere. So he's still doing stuff today. As you can see, Mutant Football League, that just came out a few years ago.
A remake of a '93 classic, Mutant Football League. Get it. It's a great game.
So there you guys go. And if they want to try to find you or locate any of this cool stuff to try to get it from you, where can they find you?
You can find me right here. I'm standing next to a cabinet. No, they can find me on Twitter. It's Tim_Kitzrow. And that's what I use most, Twitter. Yeah. Or you go to my website, timkitzrow.com, and see all the videos I've done with NBA teams throughout the league, and a lot of different other fun projects in all my games. But hey, if you need a shout out for your podcast, YouTube, or a voicemail, I've got a website called WhoSaidWhatNow.com. There you go.
There we go. Well, thank you very much, Tim. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Man, nice talking with you.
All right, so we are here with Misery Wren, a familiar face, if you guys don't recognize, out at the Midwest Gaming Classic. Misery, tell them a little bit about what you're doing out here today.
Well, today I am selling a bunch of my artwork and things I have crafted. So we got minimalist art, got stickers, dice bags, keychains, pins, quite a lot to see here.
Yeah, and you definitely have some amazing artwork. It's beautiful to see you out here. I mean, we've been working together now for well over 5 years now, and it's just beautiful to see the growth that has happened here and how far that you've come. Do you have any cool things that you're going to be releasing soon, or anything that you got in the works?
One of the tricky things is I don't talk a lot about what I'm doing, because sometimes things tend to take a little bit longer than expected, so I like to wait until I know it's in production. But I am working on some more new designs. I plan on making more stickers. I got a sticker club going online, so that's gonna be fun. And I am working on doing as many new dice bags as I can. Like this week I just made 200, so that was a fun amount.
Wow, that's amazing. So you guys can find Misery Wren right here, boom, at Misery Wren. Right there's a QR code. We'll make sure to put a link in the description. Thank you guys. So if you guys haven't seen them, I know I used to live up in Madison, and Lords of the Trident are definitely making their impression and their mark on this state.
Acolytes, no one feels in black and white. Oh, ignore the evil that you know, and watch it feast upon your soul.
And not just on the state, but everywhere else. But today I have the pleasure of hanging out with Brian Koenig, who's a part of the Lords of the Trident. And he's been hanging out all weekend and doing a lot of his own stuff here, playing lots of familiar tunes from the gaming, repertoire, and really just showcasing everything that he's been doing. Brian, tell me a little bit about yourself and why you're here.
I am here to perform classic video game music. And music from any game that I really enjoyed as a kid, or that even now strikes me whenever I play the game. I love being able to make my own arrangements, put my own spin on a lot of this music. So you get everything from very heavy metal to jazz, even a little bit of country, believe it or not. I've got about 40 songs in the repertoire, and I'm very thankful to Tom and the Guys, Games, and Beer crew for letting me set up and make noise in their space amidst this awesome convention.
You sit here and you say it's noise, but I mean, it's been music to my ears, and it's been absolutely beautiful. I mean, my video guy literally looked at me and goes, "You realize this is the last song of his set, so we can go and talk to him in a minute." I said, "You've been here for how long?" And I've watched him years, and you're in tune so much that you know exactly when he's about to end and how he can do. He goes, "Well, that's why I'm your video guy." So he is just as excited as I am, and we just want to thank you for being out here doing your thing. Tell me a little bit about some of the stuff that you're doing with Lords of the Trident.
All right. Well, our latest album, The Offering, dropped at the beginning of the month on April 2nd, or April 1st, excuse me. Not an April Fool's joke. Really out. So it's available on all the streaming platforms and in physical. And it's off to a wonderful start. It's been getting great reviews. It's been well received. We're lining up some summer dates to promote that. And probably biggest is our upcoming Mad with Power Fest, which will be in August. The exact dates escape me right this moment. But our Mad with Power Fest is a 2-day power metal, heavy metal festival, complete with pinball and video games. We roll in a bunch of arcade machines. G2B is there with a set of their collection, and it's all set to free play. So for one ticket price, you get 2 days of heavy metal and all the video games you could possibly want. And there's always some guest surprises too. So tickets for that actually went on sale, I believe this morning. So this is timely. LordsOfTheTrident.com.
All right, and then I also know that aside from you guys just releasing your recent album, you guys are also, if I remember hearing correctly, pressing a vinyl? Is this your first or second vinyl you guys are pressing?
Yeah, we did vinyl for our previous album, Shadows from the Past, and we have a few days left on our Kickstarter. It's been going incredibly well. I think we've hit $17,000 already, which is unbelievable. Absolutely insane. I can't believe it, but very cool. So we have the vinyl for Offering, and now we're working on stretch goals, which I'm also terrible with the details, but it's been going wonderfully. So yeah, Offering will be out on vinyl at some point. The funding has been met. All of the vinyl pressing plants are backed up to eternity right now for a variety of reasons. So the actual pressing will be done at some point, TBD.
All right, and then just one more time, if people do want to find your stuff, find Lords of the Trident stuff, where exactly can they find you?
Please visit us at lordsofthetrident.com, as well as our YouTube channel. We do a lot of work. We're putting up new videos, new content constantly. So Lords of the Trident on YouTube. We have a very active Discord. Many people hang out. I'm almost never on there. I got to get better at that. But Ty and Brent, our singer and bass player, are both on there all the time, interacting with people, hanging out. It's a pretty cool little environment. And Twitch channel as well. You can find me at Brian Koenig Music, briankoenigmusic.com, but also Brian Koenig Music on YouTube.
All right, well, thank you very much. All right, so this is one of our last interviews that we are doing here at the Midwest Gaming Classic. We actually were able to catch them as they were cleaning everything up, but we are in the process of checking out this beautiful museum that we have behind us. There is over 120 consoles, TVs, cords, all that stuff, all bundled in there. They got these cool cages that they kind of keep them in, and it's just a beautiful place that you guys can come to at the Midwest Gaming Classic to really get on in there. But I'm hanging out with one of the coolest guys that I've had the chance to meet, and tell them a little bit about yourself.
How you doing? My name's Brandon Davis. Originally from the south side of Chicago, but due to my job, I've moved to different countries, and I travel a lot for them. I joined this show probably about 10 years ago. What I do is I help out one of the main men here, one of the main bosses. I bring televisions, I bring consoles, and I bring video games, and we just want to give everybody that nostalgic feel of just coming and hanging out, being around a lot of people, and just playing some of the old games they grew up with, or just playing some of the newer stuff that's come out. That's just exciting for them. It's really great. It's a wonderful time hanging out, and just I love being here. Great guys like Joseph here. Amazing people, amazing times, and that's what this show is all about.
So, I know that, like we were talking, and I know 3 years ago, you guys had only a fraction of what is currently here. I remember helping set it up. We ran all the courts. We got it all established. I was there, right? That's how we met.
Absolutely.
So seeing it get up to about 120 councils and just seeing all these people here doing their thing and really enjoying themselves, I mean, that's got to be just an amazing thing to see for you. Are you excited for anything coming out in the future? Was there anything that stood out here today while we're here at the MGC?
What I'm really excited for is for this show to grow even bigger. I would love to have this entire room for just consoles and just us. You know, more help, more great people to come and help us put this show together. So far, I think this is the best show that I work. I do a lot of shows all around the world. This is the best one. I have met the most amazing people who have become like family to me. I just want to see this thrive even more, grow even bigger, and just have an even better time as the years progress.
So, as our last opportunity to really check everything out here, huge shout out to Brandon for giving us the opportunity to sit here and kind of just record and check everything out. And I'm really excited to see how the MGC continues to grow. It started as a measly, tiny little Jaguar Fest in a hotel room and has just grown ever since. So tune in more and check out the MGC 2023. And we are hanging out with Gunderslam. I just had a chance of being able to hang out and listen to him riff and roll all over the stage. His drummer was killing it up there. Today, Gunderslam, you killed it up there.
Oh, thank you.
How long have you been doing this for?
It's a solo project. I started this about, 7 years ago, 2015. And just been kind of building up and going from there, and have had Dave on the kit for the last year.
Hey, that's amazing. I mean, honestly, like I said, it was really cool just kind of watching you guys doing your thing up there. I know, my video guy has a huge respect for you guys, have a prior background already, so he's like, Joe, you got to meet this guy. You got to go out there. You got to get some information. So tell me a little bit about some of the upcoming things that you're working on.
Sure. So I played one of the songs that I've got coming out. There's no release date on it, but it's Cyber's World from Deltarune Chapter 2. And then the next live show that we're going to be together is going to be at X-Ray Arcade here in Milwaukee, or Cudahy. That's June 3rd, and we're opening up for Psycho Stick.
Ooh, I've definitely heard of Psycho Stick, and if you guys haven't, I'm telling you, you're going to want to go and check it out. So tell them where they can find you. If you have a website or Facebook or whatever it is, let them know where they can locate you.
Yeah, you can find Facebook, Instagram. I've got a Twitch. All my stuff's on Spotify and iTunes for the music, and then I do all my videos on YouTube. So if you want to watch it happen, YouTube's the place.
Well, there you go, guys. If you guys want to check out Gunderslam, we gave you all the information. There's local events coming up and everything. Thank you guys once again for showing up to the Midwest Gaming Classic, and we look forward to seeing you in 2023. So I am here with the absolute legend of the Midwest Gaming Classic, Dan Lucen himself. I actually got a chance to pull him out of the ringer, guys. So let me just get a second from you. Tell me what it was like dealing with the 2022 MGC.
It was a crazy race to get to the point that we could be here, and there was a lot of questions on if we could survive. And that was the same for November, but November was so close and tight with everything that this whole thing was, again, like, if we did another November at the same size, even though November was good, we didn't know what would happen. And I was talking with someone yesterday, and I realized that I have a job a month from now, which will be organizing the 2023 Midwest Gaming Classic.
Hey, and I'm excited for you. Got any big plans coming for the 23 Midwest Gaming Classic?
Nothing to announce yet, other than we expect it to be bigger, badder, and more better.
So,
because I was just going to say, because let's not say bad words right now.
Completely understandable. Completely understandable. I'm just going to put you like this. This guy works tirelessly day and night to make this event happen. It started in hotels with beds being taken out, and now it's this huge, huge convention where you're on 3 floors. Now, when I was here,
welcome to the next level.
I'm saying when I was here last year, we were only 2 floors, but it was still jam-packed. So seeing it at 3 floors, seeing it just growing and expanding, it's just got to be an amazing feeling. So, you know, going forward, what would you like to tell the people about the MGC?
It's a show that's made by everybody. I may be like the ringleader of getting everybody here, but it only exists because we've got hundreds of people that share the dream of sharing their passion with other people, and we all get together and have different aspects of that passion that we all fit together into something truly unique.
All right, guys, so you guys heard it here. Show up to the 2023 Midwest Gaming Classic because it's going to be bigger and badder than ever. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
There's that extra footage that we're looking for, people. It's right there at the tip of our fingers.